After more than a week of counting following the state election, we've got a Labor minority government in New South Wales. Early on election night, it seemed like after 12 years, Labor would not just be back in power, but would likely gain the 47 seats needed to govern with a majority in the lower house. But as counting continued over the past week, that hope diminished and Labor landed on 45 seats.
We're confident when we present our plans to the floor of Parliament, we can get support. There's a very large crossbench in the New South Wales Parliament.
Ryde was the final seat called for the Liberals after they suffered a major swing against them. So now Chris Minns is the Premier of New South Wales and a new cabinet has been announced. He was sworn in alongside Prue Carr, the Deputy Premier, before he announced his full cabinet of 22.
50% of the New South Wales cabinet will be female for the first time in the history of New South Wales.
For the first time ever, we'll have women serving as Ministers of Police, Energy, Regional New South Wales, Regional Transport and Finance. Labor being unable to form majority government means the Premier will now need to work with the crossbench of 12 independent and minor party members to get through legislation. Realistically, he should be able to govern pretty comfortably for the next 4 years after 3 key independents, including Alex Greenwich and the Premier's pick for Speaker, Independent Greg Piper, announced they would provide confidence and supply. But the government will face pressure to take stronger action on gambling reforms and enact LGBTI law reform and address regional and climate issues, and will need to allow more time for debate and negotiations.
So what I'd really like to see is my colleagues showing their support for not just for me, but showing their support for the wider LGBTI community and joining me to work together to progress these reforms.
The other crossbencher the government will need to contest with is former Liberal turned independent Gareth Ward. He's before the courts on sexual assault charges and has pleaded not guilty. He was suspended from the Parliament in his last term when he was charged, but now he's been re-elected to his seat of Kiama. And the Premier has committed to referring his election to the Privileges Committee. The new Parliament will sit for the first time in May.